and shopping spree if he needs it. So what does coffee do to advance to his 4th level in character, and then out of character, what does that actually give us?
So he will be going to Rodrin's Mage Academy in Waterdeep and studying this under the School of Illusion, since his leopard-style blade singing relies on that. And he is studying there for 2 weeks to learn 2 new 2nd-level spells, which is his first time learning 2nd-level spells.
And let's say the person you meet up with is Elduin Moonfall, is a high elf that works at that place and is there to assist you in learning the new spells. It's Elduin Moonfall. Elduin Moonfall.
Better known as Woody.
That's his code name.
All right, so Elduin Moonfall has taught Coffee the following 2 spells. One is Blur, which makes him, when he casts it, his body becomes blurred and it's shifting. It's almost like you can't tell where he is at any one point. Do you want to hear what it actually does in game as well?
Nope, that's good. That's when you cast it off for the first time, we'll let you kind of RP it a little bit, and we'll see the text. So just a good general description's good.
And the second one, illusion spell he learns is Mirror Image, which creates multiple copies of him that mimic his actions.
Nice.
And I don't think he needs any supplies other than what it's going to take to get those 2 into his spellbook.
Yeah, we'll say that's covered in that 20 gold cost.
Okay.
And did you end up for 4th level then, out of character, did you end up going feat or did you go ability increase? Oh,
I
or you
couldn't
didn't
do
because
that.
you're our only multi-class.
Yeah,
so let's talk about that a little bit. Tell us your multi-class levels.
So his has 1 level of fighter and 3 levels of wizard. So until he gets a 4th level in any class, isn't getting the attribute or feat bonus.
And your most recent level you picked up, was it another fighter class?
No, it was wizard. To get the 3rd level wizard.
Oh, 3rd level. Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. All right, so that's short and sweet, and you spend your 2 weeks doing that, hard studying these spells, even though you're kind of the sword singer of the group. So let's move on. Next in our list is Ardreth. Ardreth, our bard, you're going to spend your 2 weeks in character. How do you spend it training up to 4th level, and then out of character, what does that actually mean? And if there's anything you need to purchase, let me know.
So Ardreth spends his 2 weeks in and out of the College of Lore, playing music at the local taverns and basically gallivanting, drinking, and having a wonderful time. What that means during the day is that he's often spending time with one of the bards at the college who happens to be skilled in the arts of abjuration. And so most of his days spent there learning new songs and learning a new spell, which is the Crown of Madness. And at this point, Ardreth has started to take control, or using his charisma and turn it to the ability to control others. And so at night, he's often found drinking, wakes up later than probably needs to be, rushes off to the college, usually the last one sitting down in the classes that are going on there. He also, though, takes some of the money from the writ that he has, and I don't really like studded leather armor, but it gives you an extra point. So what he's going to do is more of a coat of plates. So with leather pieces underneath, with metal pieces underneath. So he decides, because his existing armor was pretty beat up from the pudding and the acid and other pieces like that, he's going to invest it into some better leather armor while he's there in town, and he has that made up while he's there for the 2 weeks.
Yeah, the bard you end up training with is Sasha Locks, and she's a halfling bard who trains you in some of those bard endeavors that you were looking for.
Got it.
And then when you go shopping, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll. And you want basically studded leather, but RP wise, you're changing what it looks like, but it's still studded. Give me a roll. And are you going low quality, normal quality, high quality look? Oh, I'm not hearing you.
That's because I was muted. I'm going to go for the higher quality because it'll keep me alive. And it looks good too.
So you rolled well, so I'm going to take some money off there. You were able to haggle the price down a little bit. So and this is a nicely done, fitted to you in your specifications, but it will be 60 gold.
Perfect. Willing to pay it. So that leaves me 40 gold on account.
Okay.
With the money holder in Waterdeep. Great.
Awesome. And so really, you picked up some of your bard stuff. So out of character. Now, did you end up as 4th level? Did you take the ability increase, or did you take a feat?
I took a new spell, which was Crown of Madness, and then I took an ability increase, which I added in. Oh, which one did I take again? Did I take Deception? I think I took Deception.
Oh, I think you get like an ability score increase if you look at. I think you get to move either charisma up or something like that.
You could get one at a higher or move. Oh, I didn't know I had an ability increase. I'll have to go back and look at that one again.
Yeah. Check your 4th level, and you get to choose. I think on there's a chart there for Bard. It'll tell you. Oh, I probably can.
Oh, ability score improvement. Yep, I didn't see it there. Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you get that because you don't want to miss out on that if you don't do the feat. Okay. Awesome.
And then the spell that I learned is actually one called Crown of Madness. And so essentially what it allows me to do is a humanoid within 120 feet. If they fail their wisdom saving throw, I then control them and can use them to attack any target of my choice.
Nice.
So
that'll be cool. All right, moving down the list. We're going to come back to Jarral. We'll do Jarral last because he's leaving the group and heading out. So on the list, Greybeard, our dwarven barbarian at this moment. How do you spend your 2 weeks RP wise? Is there any gear you need to purchase? And what does it actually mean out of character wise, what your character barbarian gets at 4th?
All right, shopping first. I mean, for shopping, I need 31 gold pieces, or I guess I'm looking to get 2 javelins, 10 torches, a set of traveling clothes, crowbar, and I realize that I have cheated and used thieves' tools even though I don't own any.
All right.
It comes out to 31 gold approximately.
Okay, so give me a persuasion roll and let's see if you were able to haggle them.
Is there any way my reputation can help me out on this? My bad reputation?
Probably in a bad way.
Oh, great.
You wouldn't have to buy thieves' tools. We found a set in the cave.
Ah, excellent. Okay, so then it's like 11.
No, unfortunately, we sold it before anyone mentioned the fact that we needed to keep it. So it became community funds. So I hate to tell you that one, but
all right. So persuasion.
All right, so 10 is right on the dot, so you get right at the number, no less, no more. So you said it was a total of 31 gold?
Yep.
And that's if it's just the regular normal stuff. You weren't looking for anything that to be of higher quality, or if you're trying to pick up cheap stuff.
Nope, but you do notice that instead of coming back with like a blaze red shirt and striped black and red pants, it's all grays and blacks now.
Okay, your morning garb. We got it. Okay. And how do you spend your 2 weeks training?
So I find a Zentarum fight rep a guy in the Zentarum, or I try to, and I go total
You find
underground
one.
fighting, and I just literally go place to place smashing individuals.
You meet up with Cade Macer, Kademasser, a very tall, very built human warrior who is going to kind of get you into these different fight clubs that are all these different underground fight clubs and tavern fight clubs and all this stuff.
And so, just bashing his way, taking all his frustration and loss out on things again. It all fits into my backgrounds and bonds and whatnot about losing friends and losing people. So basically, he gets bigger and stronger. He's getting to be one of the strongest people most people have ever seen. And he's learned to like punch someone and then throw him immediately into a hold and then grapple another person at the same time. Or you notice that, when he's hitting with his fists, it's like he's stabbing these people with a dagger. He's hitting them so hard.
Sounds awesome. Now, out of character wise, what does that mean for our barbarian? You ended up taking a feat, then it sounds like?
Yeah, I took the Tavern Brawler feat, which turns my hands into lethal weapons. I do D4 damage when I punch. I'm also proficient with improvised weapons, including baby goblins, as we've discussed before. And
Poor Snigbat.
Poor Snigbat. So it's I got it right here, stupidly. Yeah. So I'm proficient with improvised weapons and unarmed strikes. I get D4 for my unarmed strike damage. And when I hit a creature with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon on my turn, I can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple that target. Oh, and plus I got +1 to strength. So now I'm rocking the 18 now.
Nice. Nicely done. Okay. So that is our barbarian tavern brawler at this point, making his way through Waterdeep, making his name in the fighting pits, in Fight Club. And his first rule he learned about Fight Club was not to talk about Fight Club. So nobody will ever hear about it. He just comes back with black eyes and maybe a gold tooth at some point.
Nice.
Let's move down to Finn, our paladin. How are you spending your 2 weeks? And in character and then out of character, what does it really mean for Finn to be 4th level? And is there any shopping you needed to do?
Well, the very first day, he will make sure he takes that writ to Tigre's mother and gives that to her. And then the next day, he will go to the castle ward in town, which is north of where we're at. And the first place he will visit will be the temple of Tel Sadirin, which is actually located in the castle ward. And report to his, I don't want to say religious superiors, but his whoever would be next in line in his order. So he will go through some religious training there, and then also located inside the castle ward is the halls of Hilmer. He is a master armorer where I am going to pick up a new shield. His old shield's all wood, and it's got huge troll claws, rent through it, and it's pretty much worthless. So he'll just pitch that and commission a different shield or find a different steel shield that he can strap on, and maybe see if he can just get it etched with Tel Sadirin's the Tel Sadirin holy symbol, probably a sun for Carillion.
Yeah, give me a quick persuasion roll for that as you haggle with the armor maker.
He does know I'm a paladin, right?
Sure.
That's a 10% extra charge.
Ooh, nicely done. So he gives you for a shield that normally a cheap shield is about 7 gold, but he's actually created an expensive one, so it can have all of the cool stuff that you want on it. It's still a shield anyway. Usually 15 gold, but you got it for 7 gold pieces.
All right. And actually, what that does, having that holy symbol on the shield, lets him use that as his focus for any kind of casting he has to do.
Cool.
And then he will spend some more time at the temple with the other paladins and whatnot of the Telsadirian paladins that are located there. And
Yeah, you actually
he's
meet
going to
up
actually
with-
concentrate on.
Yeah, you meet up with Silicea Nightgaze, which is another elf paladin that's there. She ends up, not only you guys do praying, but you do a lot of sparring and a lot of typical martial training with paladins as far as riding or any of the different types of fighting that you would be proficient in. And so we'll write that down as a recurring character. Silicea, and that's Sillaeesa. Eesa, Nightgaze.
All right. Well, she is going to work with me on the act of actually using that shield more as an offensive weapon rather than a defensive weapon. So he's going to learn how to sweep legs and throat punch.
Yeah. By the
And
end,
chop.
your knees and your shins have plenty of bruises as she shows you these maneuvers, and you gain great respect for her prowess. But you actually catch on quickly and are able to master the techniques.
Yeah. So he will be taking shield mastery as a feat.
Nice. So that gives you shield mastery as your feat. Did you get anything else with 4th level as your paladin? Just another spell, or
I just get better looking.
you can't beat that. All right. So that brings us around to Jarral. So Jarral, I assume, leaves after a day or two, heading north. How far north are you going to go?
So before he leaves, he's gonna do a couple of housekeeping things. He's going
Sure.
to cash in his writ.
Okay. Yep. Get your 100 gold.
And then he is going to find a tailor and get a new cowl. Kind of it's almost like a shawl, I guess, but it's leather. It doesn't really offer any protection other than protection from the elements. So it's just clothing to protect him from the sun and from the weather. He's also going to replace his clothing, so he's going to get some more traveler's clothes. And then he is going to try and replace his short sword if he can get a good deal on it.
Okay. And what type of what quality? Cheap, normal, or expensive type short sword are you looking for?
Functional. So
Okay, so normal.
Yeah.
All right. So give us a persuasion roll and let's see how you do.
Persuasion.
Okay. So 9. Yeah, you're gonna look at about 10 gold for a short sword.
Okay.
That's what they're. Which you, after haggling them down some, but you weren't able to get them down as far as you thought you were going to be able to. He's right at about 10 gold as for a short sword.
All right.
It's obviously used, but still in good condition.
How much was it for the new clothes?
Are you looking for anything that's like fancy or just
No.
functional?
Functional.
We'll just say 2 silver pieces.
Okay. All right. And then he also is going to look to get 20 shurikens if he can.
Okay, so we'll use the price of, let's take a look at this. That or, what's the other one? Okay, so let's do one more persuasion roll.
Okay.
Did you go to a different place for these? Yeah, a lot better roll. So you'll get those for 1 gold apiece.
A piece?
Yep. There's something that's not common to this area. And if you were in a different part of the continent, they would probably be cheaper. But here in Waterdeep, you don't find them too often, so it has their price higher.
And how much are darts?
Oh, let me look. I just saw them. Where'd they go? Darts are 5 copper pieces typically. So with a good roll, you would have got them for even cheaper than that, maybe somewhere around 3 copper pieces per dart.
3 copper per dart. So, all right. Well, if the shurikens are that much more expensive, then I'll just go with the darts.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. It's 20 darts, and how much is that?
3 copper pieces a piece.
So that's like
I don't know how much they weigh.
60 copper. They are 0.25 per. I'm sorry, 0.25 for 4. Looks like.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see. So it'd be 24. Okay. And so he's also gonna see if he can. He's going to gravitate more toward the seedy, like the underground or the darker kind of area of Waterdeep, and he's gonna see if he can locate some cheaper healing potions. Just kind of using his underground.
It's like crossing the border
Background.
to Canada to get drugs.
Yeah, it is. You spice? So he's going to try and find a place where you can get healing potions. If he can get them for... if he can get them for under... or if he can get them for around 40 gold, he's going to buy 2. Otherwise, he'll just get 1.
So let's start with, give me an investigation roll, and let's see if you were able to find more of a seedy potion shop.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
you didn't really find anything off the beaten path. It seems like any of these magic shops stay on the beaten path so that they're not robbed.
Okay.
So now give us a persuasion check, and we'll see what the price they offer you. So you guys haggle, and haggle. And yeah, with 13, looks like they would still be... Yeah, they're still at 50 gold pieces.
Okay. Alright, so he's going to take 1.
Okay.
Alright. So, having taken care of that, he finds a dojo and does a little bit of training, and he kind of the blows that he's taking and giving to the apparatus is giving him it's hardening his bones, so he's increasing his stamina a bit, so his hit points increase, his hit die increase. His life force's key increases as well, and he just feels really confident as he's kind of going around the apparatus and sparring with some people at the dojo, and he's feeling really lucky. So one of the things that he took at level 4, he did not do the attribute increases. Instead, he went and took the luck feat. So the luck feat, let's see. The luck feat it has, you have inexplicable luck that seems to kick in at just the right moment. You have 3 luck points. Whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined. You choose which of the d20 is used for the attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So I can spend 1 luck point when an attack roll is made against me. I can roll a d20 and choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or mine. And if more than one creature spends a luck point to influence the outcome of a roll, the points cancel each other out and no additional dice are rolled. And I do regain all of them on a long rest. So I'm feeling lucky. I also, while I'm sparring, I'm getting hit a couple of times, and I've managed to kind of train my body to fall more efficiently, so I can use my reaction if I fall to reduce any falling damage that I take by an amount equal to 5 times my monk level.
Okay, sounds like a lot of math, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how often do I fall? And I think that's it. So as I'm working through the training, it takes a couple of days, maybe a day or two, and the dojo, the master of the dojo, he's been observing me, and he says, he comments that something is holding me back, and he recommends that I go check out, visit a monastery in the mountains, just west of Red Larch. And after a discussion, I do tell him that I am from my home monastery is the Yellow Rose, and he says that place just west of Red Larch is kind of it has an affiliation with it, so it would be a good place for me to continue my training and see if I can get past whatever obstacle is holding me back from my training.
Yeah, and he actually, so he gives you a specific place to go then.
Yeah, I don't have a name, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you can come up with the name if you wish.
I've been looking. I can't find one.
All right, and while you're doing that, he asks you that you probably want to talk to a monk named Mogami. Mogami when you get there. So he gives you actually a person as an introduction, somebody that you would speak with.
Cool. So after my training, I think that's pretty much it. I say my goodbyes to whoever's hanging around the tavern, and check out my room and head up on the road.
Okay.
I'll be taking the long road up.
Yeah, and so how many days travel is this monastery?
It would be kind of here-ish.
I'll let you choose.
I don't know what's the scale on the map here.
To get to Red Larch.
Yeah, there's no scale on it.
Where's my scale? I thought there was. I want to say, let me look. So to there was a day's travel. So every 3.5 feet is a day's travel, approximately. So it's almost 12. So it's probably around 4 days travel all the way up to Red Larch.
So I'm going to see if there's a caravan or something that I can travel with.
Yeah, there's always things that are leaving each day, heading north and south.
So that should like double my speed, right?
No, they'll still be going fairly slow. I think the only way you would increase your speed is if like you bought a horse and then you pushed the pace. Other than that, you're going to do about 21 miles a day.
So carriage wouldn't, like a caravan with a carriage or something?
Yeah, you still get about they just list 21 miles a day on traveling.
All right. I think I remember the price of the horse. I don't believe you can rent them, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they're
8 gold a
expensive, yeah.
horse, right?
Let us see. That's a good question.
I think they're 8 gold.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a list for livestock. I'll have to look it up.
I have it here. It is mounts and other animals. Horse, a draft horse. Oh, it's 50 gold. The donkey is 8 gold.
Yeah, and that's not going to help speed you up.
Well, all right. I'll hitch on with a caravan anyway. Just strengthen numbers.
Sure. Well, you don't even have to pay them. They kind of look at you as like, if we get attacked, you'd help out kind of thing. And for that, they let you ride with them.
Okay.
But you make it there. Yeah, so you make it to the monastery. Go ahead and continue with your RP montage here.
All right. So, excuse me. So I get up to the monastery and I seek out Mogami, and I tell him that I've been doing some adventuring of late. Have been encountering many battles with various different creatures, and have been doing as much training as I can, and internal reflection, and whatever the word is that I'm looking for. Meditation is the word I'm looking for. So doing a lot of meditation and trying to see what I can do to better myself, but there's something that's holding me back. So he asks me what are my goals? What am I trying to do to help the party, to help the group of friends that I travel with? And I explained to him that that I need to. We've lost a couple of party members, and part of that has been my ineffectiveness, and I need to get better at staying healthy, so that I can be still engaged in the fight. And it's been and I also kind of mentioned that I've got this the issue with the sunlight. So he suggests a training regimen, and so he introduces me to the. Let me get the. So he introduces me to a tradition within the monastery. There are a couple, and he says that the one that he recommends for me is the way of the open hand. And the way of the open hand is granted at level 3, and the hump that has been keeping me back is kind of understanding kind of the philosophy and everything around that. So the open hand technique, whenever I hit a creature with one of my attacks granted by my flurry of blows, I can impose one of the following effects on that target. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. It must make a strength saving throw, and if it fails, you can push it up to 15 feet away from you. And it can't take reactions until the next turn. And at 6th level, I gain the ability to heal myself. As an action, I can regain hit points equal to 3 times my monk level. I must finish a long rest before I can use the feature again. So there's additional things associated with that, but he does tell me that he kind of gives me a book that goes through some of the traditions and some of the motions and the things that I need to do to keep clear of mind, so that I can train these things as I move forward in battle. He does recommend that I get back to a monastery whenever I can to ensure that the training is true, but I should be able to gain the abilities as I'm out adventuring, as long as I follow the meditation practices that are described. And that takes me about a week.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. We'll also say you did find somebody in Waterdeep, and maybe you paid them a gold piece, and what they're going to do is they're going to look out for any type of item, object, or some type of research that deals with light sensitivity and something that might help you. So they didn't have anything there. They're going to keep their eyes out. If they find anything, the next time you're back in Waterdeep, they'll kind of give you an idea of what they found out.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. You might write it down as a note in case I forget also.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to. You wanted me to.
When
say
Jarral
anything
gets
about
back, I've got a gift for him, which is it's these 2 stems with circular objects attached to the ends with darkish glass on them.
Those would be super expensive.
It's funny. I was asking about that. We're still trying to work it out.
So, okay. So that should end up our characters. So our character should be 4th level. Everybody should be resupplied, restocked. Everybody has spent their couple weeks in Waterdeep, refreshing, training, and getting ready to hit the road. And throughout the whole week, in different areas, when you're at the taverns or your different food places, there's all kinds of whispers and talk of stories of giants on the rampage in the wilderness and other things be moving from the areas that they're usually known. The roads seem to be a lot more dangerous than usual. There's a lot more guards going with caravans than usual. Nobody seems to know why, but you're hearing more and more of the stuff. You even hear of the Battle of Nightstone, and you hear different versions of how that went. And some of it made you guys out to be heroes. Some of it made you guys out to be cowards. As stories, widely vary one way or the other. And one time it was you were all humans. The other time it was you were all elves or something. And another time you guys handily beat everything. And the other time you guys ran and the town guard had to save you. So you hear all kinds of different stories. And then you hear stories of other towns and such. So there's definitely turmoil all along Sword Coast, and it does seem that something's going on with the giants, as much as you can tell. Yes, and Greybeard gets in more fights.
I was thinking the same thing.
So, let us prepare to march north out of Waterdeep, and unless there's anything else happening, how's the group meet up? What time of day? And how do you set out? So what's the group doing?
Dawn on the 14th day.
Okay.
No messing around.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So you drag Greybeard the first mile or so.
Do we have a wheelbarrow, maybe?
We'll just roll them.
Shield,
Barrel.
you're a shield master now. Drag me on your shield.
Oh no.
We come along.
Spend most of my time polishing that shield.
All right, I'm marching in my sleep.
All right, yeah. So you guys are on the. This is the 4th day of the 3rd 10-day of flame rule. So you're mostly through the month of flame rule at this point. And you guys said you're leaving in the morning.
Yep, at dawn.
Got a long walk ahead of us
Okay,
on the long road.
that you do. All right, and marching order.
I'll be up front.
I'll be in the back.
Number 2.
Okay.
Second to the back and doing my whole fading back until I'm just behind Jarral and then dashing a little forward.
And Ardreth. All right. So when does okay.
Jarral's not there, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know when you leave the monastery at that point.
Well, we're meeting him there, right?
At
Or
Westbridge.
at Westbridge.
Yeah, so I'd meet up with you probably within a day after you arrive there.
Or was it Red Larch, is what I thought.
It was Westbridge.
Okay.
Well, we weren't sure where he was going. So, if it was west of Westbridge, then Westbridge is probably the best spot to meet him in.
All right.
I mean, if we can retcon it, I would say just let's meet at Red Larch. That's the most convenient place.
All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and okay. So on the road again, every now and then you see less caravans than you're used to seeing on this road. You guys have done some caravan protection before. It's obvious that the rumors have impacted some of the trade that's going on. The few caravans that you do see or have seen, they have a lot more people with them as far as guards. So they're taking extra precaution, and there are others moving along the wrong road. But usually about a day or two after you're into your travel, which would get you up near the Westwood, by that time, you're on the road pretty much alone for the most part. There may be caravans quite a bit ahead of you or quite behind you, but you don't really see any at the moment. But Ian, let's go ahead and have a perception check to start off with.
I see everything. I get a 23. If it hasn't popped up for you yet.
Awesome. No, I think there it is. Perfect. Getting my screen open. All right. As being the very alert person that you are, you kind of see a enormous, what you think to be a tower floating on a billowy cloud, and it must be probably 1,000 feet overhead. And it's a little bit forward of you, but it's definitely overhead. It must be hundreds of feet tall, and the spire looks strangely like a pointy wizard's hat. You're noticing that tower seems to be drifting a little bit further down, but not by too much. And then you watch as part of the cloud from the tower begins to form what looks like stairs that begins to kind of spiral down all the way, and it looks like that spiral of stairs is coming down right to you.
Where are we at this point?
You guys, I'll move the object. Object and token. There we go. Here. This is about your second day, midday-ish of travel.
So I see that, and I get, in my brain, I hear this.
Yeah.
And I immediately...
Awesome.
I immediately backtrack. I immediately run back towards my group. And I And I point up essentially. And I say,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and everybody could kind of make it out. And you see basically this cloud is forming what looks like you would only describe as cloud steps. And they are spiraling down to the road right towards you guys, right where the group is.
Is anything coming down them?
No.
All right, so I suggest we hide somewhere. Is there anything we can hide it behind? Around?
Yeah, there's trees and bushes all around to the sides of the roads here and there. You wouldn't say that you're in the deep forest or you're not traveling through the deep forest, but there's copses of trees and different things.
I would suggest that they have seen us and they are clearly sending some kind of invitation to us. If the stairs were directly coming towards us.
Yeah, and even in the moment that you are just looking at it, you've run back and the stairs have finished forming right on the road, probably maybe 50 feet from you, and they're sized for human. And they travel 1,000 feet into the air.
Oh, I trust this.
Damn.
This is about as much as I can throw a fucking giant.
I knew I should have gotten Featherfall. How high up is it?
You would gauge
1,000
1,000 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Glad I'm not there.
You might as well tug Clangeddon's beard. I'm not climbing that.
Yeah. No, if they ever send those clouds, we're dead. There's nothing saving us.
Well, technically nothing saving us if they were to drop a rock on our heads either.
Great pep talk, guys. Love it. Let's, just lay down and die.
Had they meant us harm, they could have dropped a mountain on us.
What do we gain
How
from
far
going
away are
up
the
there?
stairs?
They're
About
50
50
feet from you right now.
Is there anything at the bottom of the stairs? A bell?
No. They appear to be made out of a cloudy substance, and they spiral back up 1,000 feet back up to the tower.
And it's a tower in a cloud?
The tower sits on top of the cloud. Yeah.
How big is the tower?
You think several hundred feet tall.
Giant size tower?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And any movement up there at all?
Not that you're seeing. I mean, the only thing that stands out to you is the giant wizard's hat on the top of it.
Well, that's intriguing.
Is it really a giant wizard's hat?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately. That is
Tree.
exactly what the module put in there. Yes.
Complete with sun and stars and
Yes. Definitely.
Blue.
Blue and gold.
I throw up a bit, mostly from heights, but kind of from the whole hat thing on top of a tower.
I'm going to approach the stairs.
Okay. When
I'm
you
going
get
to-
next to him, it looks like what you would think cloud material is, even though you've never actually seen or touched cloud. Or you've never
Well,
touched it.
it's-
You've seen it, but never touched it.
I'm going to step on the first step. Does it support my weight?
Yeah, it's very solid.
I turn back to the group and just kind of raise an eyebrow.
And this is how coffee black dies.
oh, I'll step up there.
Well, I'm not going to be outdone. I'll follow him.
If our mage
I
says
would-
it's safe, I'll go.
Well, the stairs seem safe. I'm not sure about the tower.
I mean, what's our escape plan, though? If things go to shit, what do we do?
Fall
Run
to
away.
our deaths.
We pray. And I'll start walking up the stairs.
Nice.
All right, step after step after step. Finn steps with resolute determination. Does the party follow?
I'm in.
Let's do it, guys. It'll be a full party reroll, except for
This will
Jarral.
make an amazing song.
I am blessed to touch the cloud stairs, and I'm crawling, like, hands on the stairs ahead of me, not on knees, but feet, and my hands are touching the clouds in front, and the whole thing. I'm doing this with one eye closed the whole time, praying to Baranor and Clangadin and Dumathoin and any other god I can think of.
You're short
Remember
enough
the
that
rocks
you don't
at
have to get
Nightstone.
on your knees.
I am like 100 feet behind them going up these stairs. I am as far away as possible as I can be. So if I need to turn back or if I fall, I have a better chance of surviving.
I call that a
Alright.
cushion.
All right, so the several in the front are making their way up the stairs. A few reluctant in the back, slowly making their way up with caution as the group begins to ascend 1,000 feet of cloud stairs. Some of you are amazed just by the fact that clouds can be made into stairs. Some of you are maybe amazed by a giant tower that sits on a cloud. A couple of you are definitely very worried about falling and thinking about the impact of said bodies falling once these stairs disappear underneath your feet. But you make it to the top, and when you get to the top, you are on basically firm cloud stuff. You're standing upon a cloud, and you see a tower in front of you. Finn is the first to reach the area. Do you wait for everyone else, or are you going to move from there?
I'll wait.